Coverage of the NFL brings us to the steel capital of the world, Pittsburgh, PA, at Heinz Field. This was the scene just a few moments ago as the Pittsburgh faithful were fired up by the hometown Steelers taking the field. They're all set as they'll match up with Andy Dalton and the Cincinnati Bengals.
Like 80. 77. 57. 57.
Play fake to Connor. Now Roethlisberger. And this is going to be caught. He won the fight for the football. Nice way to start the drive. A gain of 12 and a first down. Cool under pressure right there, escaping the pocket and finding what I think was not his primary target.
And some of these guys are just so comfortable getting outside of the pocket that they'll do it on purpose. It doesn't even need to be a breakdown. They move, and they know it affects the defense because a lot of times you get lost in coverage in the secondary, and I think you're exactly right. Wasn't his primary target. Found a secondary guy who sprang open, probably because of his movement out of the pocket.
He's going to launch it for Washington. That's caught inside the 20. And into the end zone. Touchdown, Pittsburgh. James Washington, his second touchdown on the season. And the Steelers have taken a first quarter lead. Now the extra point. And he'll put it through to make it 7-0 Steelers. Out is the kickoff unit as they run up and send this one away. This fielded at the 2. They'll bring it back to just about the 25. Call it the 24-yard line.
The Bengals take over 1st and 10 at their own 24-yard
line. So here's Dalton and the Bengals now. 1st and 10 at their own 24. From the gun, Dalton looks to throw. And they work this well upfield across the 45. A good pickup there at 22.
Defense gives up a touchdown the opening drive. Offense, you got to want to get out there and get those points back right now.
And that's a sharp throw there to get this drive off to a good start. A big hitter to start the drive has him up near midfield here for 1st and 10. He'll get 3 up to midfield.
When we see those runs to the perimeter, when we see those runs to the edge, we think about big breakers, don't we? In this case, it was a modest gain, but it does open up possibilities here on 2nd down.
At the 50-yard line.
The last run got 3. Now here's 2nd and 7. From midfield here, Dalton. He gets this in the hands of Mixon. And he'll be brought down at the 45-yard line.
Everyone's got to be able to catch the football. Doesn't matter what position you play, but if you're on offense, be aware a ball may come your way.
They give to Mixon to try to pick it up. Boy, no chance as he was met and dropped behind the line there. Not at all what they envisioned on 3rd down. 3 yards in the wrong direction.
X3, 218, jump.
He's crossing. He's checking crap.
They'll try on 4th. Here's Dalton. And able to find Green. And he's corralled, but not before getting it inside the 35. How about them biting off 15 yards there on the 4th down attempt and keeping the drive alive?
368.
Dalton, 1st and 10. He finds his running back, Mixon. And he'll take this into the end zone for a Bengal TD. Joe Mixon, his 5th touchdown now on the year. And the Bengals are an extra point away from tying up this football game. On for the point after is Randy Bullock. It's good, and we're all tied at 7 apiece. Each team's had it. Each team has scored. 7-7 here as the kick's away. And this will be a touchback as that sails over the end line. And Pittsburgh getting set to take the field. And they're hoping to redo their efforts in the last drive when they got into the end zone.
And just think of what it's like now on the sideline, because when you score a touchdown, you have to go over and look at the tablet and see what you did on the last drive. When you scored points, it's a whole lot better view than when you're trying to figure out how to fix things up.
Throwing on 1st down, but this one winds up to be incomplete.
They'll put a check mark in the box where the defense coordinator was saying, how well can we stay with these receivers if we're in man coverage? Because he just did it on that one, forced the incompletion. That allowed him to get bolder with his pass rush, won't it?
Absolutely, frees up your guys elsewhere. An incomplete pass leads to 2nd and 10 from the 25. This is a guy who made a Pro Bowl in his 2nd season, James Conner. And he's upended at the 33 following a good pickup of 8.
And that's the kind of run that gets everyone excited on offense. And, you know, oftentimes the guys who carry the ball are the ones in the huddle during the tripping. Right now, I think it's the offensive line telling them, run it again. We are right there about to break a big one.
3rd and 2, now Roethlisberger. And he finds McDonald. And he'll go out near midfield at the 49. His first catch, good for 16 and a first.
1st and 10 at the 49-yard line.
Hey, ready? Block 80! Alert!
Defense.
Hey!
Let's go, defense.
Hey, Steve 6. Steve 6.
Mike 57.
Now Roethlisberger on 1st down. The ball popped in the air and intercepted. Picked off by Darquez Dennard. They told us repeatedly earlier in the week in our meetings, we need some plays from our defense here on the road early. They got one.
And don't think they were above all week long pointing out to their defense that the other defense is rated higher than them. You going to let that happen, guys? Is that how we're going to play? And they responded to the challenge.
Under 10.
Their D gets the INT. Now what can Dalton do? And that's caught inside the 30. And he will take it on in for a Bengals touchdown. John Ross, his 4th touchdown on the year. And the Bengals have taken the lead. Seeing some pretty good offense here in this first quarter.
It's been a wild start to this quarter, as you noted. And now with that lead that we're seeing, can they retaliate? I get the sense this one's going to go back and forth all game long.
And that probably won't be the last long touchdown that we see in this one. Now Bullock will send this one away after the touchdown. And they will not get a chance to return this one as it's through the end zone for a touchback. Pittsburgh's offense now heading back out onto the field. A tale of 2 extremes already in this game. A touchdown pass on their opening drive followed by an interception last time out.
Now, it sounds like things balance out, right? What's that mythological thing that we do? if you have a candy bar, have a diet soda with it, it balances it out. And we know that's not really true, right? Because the interception, that sting lingers a little bit longer. Got to come out now and put together some nice plays.
Roethlisberger now already over 100 yards passing in just this first quarter. It's 1st and 10. It's a 6-yard gain on the ground, and that'll make it 2nd and 4.
Here we go.
He was solid last week, over 100 yards in their victory on the ground. They want to get that going again.
Absolutely. What they also understand is that from week to week, it's not necessarily the same, but they want it to be, right? What they saw last week on the ground, they want to see in this game as well.
Now a pass hauled in downfield, and he takes this all the way inside the Cincy 20. Over 30 yards there, and first downs on 3 consecutive plays now. From the red zone now, here's Roethlisberger on first down. Steps away to his left. Touchdown, Steelers! He hit him earlier in this first quarter with his arm. Now he does it with his legs.
Right now, he's one of those stat stuffers that you see on the basketball court. You know, the guy with points, rebounds, assists, steals. One with the arm, one with the legs. Let's see if he can continue this pace.
And sending out the reminder that, yeah, look, I'm known for having an arm, but I can do it with the legs on occasion when I need to. The kickoff unit is out on the field, and they will send this one away. Fielded about a yard deep. A nice little juke. And he'll be brought down at the 23, make it the 24-yard line. So here's Dalton and the Bengals now, 1st and 10 at their own 24. Here's Joe Mixon as they start on the ground. And that one blown up quickly, as he's going to be stopped before he could even get started. It'll wind up being a loss of 2, and it'll be 2nd and 12. We are in for a good one as we're through one on EA Sports. Ready for the second quarter, and it's our visitors with the football as they've got it 2nd down and 12.
368.
On 2nd and 12, Dalton. Brought in here by Tyler Eifert. Not a big window to throw. Coverage wasn't too bad there.
Yeah, they had him under wraps pretty well, but somehow able to muscle his way open and catch the ball.
3rd down, a shot here for Dalton. Pressure from his right, and he goes down hard, flat on his back. T.J. Watt causing the disruption. He gets the sack.
They just gave up a sack there, and if I'm not mistaken, they gave up 4 last week, didn't they?
Yes. And just looking really porous, aren't they?
They really are, and I'm wondering if they're going to have to start thinking about keeping the tight end in, maybe a back, someone to help assist, because right now, the quarterback's been getting hit a lot in the last couple of games.
The first quarter of the NFL season in the books after tonight, but Week 5 right around the corner. And it all starts Thursday night with a good one from Seattle. The Rams and the Seahawks. And defenders giving chase, but I don't think they're going to get there. And into the end zone. Touchdown, Pittsburgh. Juju Smith-Schuster, his 4th touchdown on the year. And the Steelers get the quick strike touchdown. The point after is good, and the lead is up to 8. Set now to kick this one away, and off it goes. And this will not be returnable. It's out of the back of the end zone for a touchback. Cincinnati now ready to take the field. And on the last go-around, they really couldn't get anything going.
They had to punt from deep inside their own territory, which means you're going to lose the field position battles.
Pressure comes, and the Steelers take him down. Bud Dupree in there to bury him for a loss of 11.
Well, so much for setting the tone of the drive offensively. Giving up a big sack that loses that kind of yardage, not a great start.
Now a fake on the give here as they try the run-pass option. And the catch made. It's Tyler Boyd. And he'll go down just shy of the 25 at the 24-yard line.
You can see the time and effort and thought that they put into their passing game because it was evident right there. It looks like a simple pitch and catch, but you and I both know that they have planned for this and worked hard to make it happen.
Now a third down throw, but it misses the target, incomplete. Here's Kevin Huber now as he'll punt it away for the second time. Pulled in at the 24. 12 yards on the return that time. And the Steelers will go on offense here, 1st and 10. And Pittsburgh getting set to take the field. And last time the formula was pretty simple. One play drive, long pass. That maybe they just want to do that again, right?
And that's exactly how you want to draw things up. Whether it's on your grease board, right, in your playbook, one play drive is exactly what you want on offense. But they have to be careful.
And they get to him with a pressure as Roethlisberger goes down. Andrew Billings, the defensive tackle, getting in there for a loss of 5. Got to assume this defense will be charging again here. It's 2nd and 15.
These two. Show that bench release and go.
Watch 7.
Hey, Echo.
57.
Roethlisberger. Dancing to his left. And seeing nowhere to throw, he chucks this one away from harm. Incomplete. Now it's 3rd down. And Charles, got to like what this defense has been able to do these last couple of plays.
Yeah, they get the sack on 1st down, then they force the incomplete pass. Now they're just a play away from getting the football right back, but it's a big play. They've got to hold up.
Hey, Foxtrot.
Game situation. Let's go.
Now Ben on 3rd and long. Open man, Smith-Schuster, it's complete. And able to rip off a big chunk of yardage before being dropped inside the 40. It'll go as an impressive 31-yard gain. Here's Roethlisberger. He'll take a shot for the end zone. Got his man, it's caught for a Steelers touchdown. 3 first-half touchdown passes now for Ben Roethlisberger. And the Steelers find a way to stretch their lead. And he is a reliable target. They like to get him involved. They got him involved there for the score.
And they should. He's a very good player. Remember, they can use him in certain positions, so many different spots, and he usually comes through for them.
And oh, it's no good on the PAT. So they can't add on here. And our score is going to stay right where it is. The kickoff team on the field now as they will send this one away. And that'll carry over the back line of the end zone for a touchback. The Bengal offense now gets set to head back out onto the field. And thee coming off a 3-and-out, my friend.
I think they've got to look at that play sheet and go to a spot that they haven't gone before. Time to shake things up a little bit to try and get this offense moving.
Okay, so how do you do that? How do you shake things up?
You look at what you called before, realize it hasn't worked so well, and maybe try and find one of those special plays from one of your better players, and maybe try and hit something big and get things going in the excitement area.
Just a yard on the first down carry, so it's 2nd and 9.
They tried a quick hitter inside, but that one was swallowed up because what they're hoping, this big defensive lineman will take the bait and move laterally and open up a crease that they can run through. Didn't happen on that play.
On 2nd and 9, Dalton. 1:54 left on the clock here in quarter number 2. Coming up at the half, a reminder, we go back to Orlando to check in with Jonathan Coachman. He'll have a look back at our first half as well as a look ahead to what's coming up later this weekend. Going deep for Eifert. And it falls incomplete after almost being intercepted. A pick there would have been great. The good news for the defense now, it's 4th down. Here's Kevin Huber now as he's on to punt for Cincinnati. Just a yard return there after a punt of 49. And possession will switch hands, 1st and 10. And the Steelers set to take the field.
I got one.
Quarter.
Play action. Now Roethlisberger. He's going to fire one deep over the middle. That's caught inside the 20. And into the end zone. Touchdown, Pittsburgh. Juju Smith-Schuster, 77 yards. And the Steelers are going to add on to their lead. To try here for the extra point. And the lead now to 3 touchdowns at 21 points.
The score, Steelers 34, Bengals 13.
Out is the kickoff unit as they run up and send this one away.
The Bengals take over 1st and 10 at their own 25-yard line.
Now the Cincinnati offense ready to see what they can do here. And right now these guys, they're shuffling a little bit, maybe doubting, because 3 straight drives have ended with them punting the football away.
Yeah, so you start pointing fingers at each other a little bit, asking a lot of questions. What are you seeing? What are you getting? Maybe trying to narrow down your playbook a little bit and maybe get simpler rather than more complex in order to try and fashion together a drive.
He'll wind up getting right about 4 there on the scramble, and it's 2nd down.
At the 29-yard line.
2nd and 6, just inside the 30.
2 by 2. Move. Go.
Dalton now to pass. Looking for Green, and it's intercepted. Picked off by Casey Hayward. And now off to the races down the right side. And he's in for 6 and a Steeler touchdown. That pick 6 extending this lead even further. Boy, it's been a while since I've seen a team struggle this badly in the first half.
I think all they want to do is get to the locker room, try and regroup, and come out to start the 3rd quarter. But if things don't improve fast then, I think the backups get a lot of play in the 2nd half.
And this will be a touchback as that sails over the end line. Cincinnati now ready to take the field. And you're under a minute to go in the half, a first half that hasn't been particularly kind to you. How do you think they'll play this?
Well, I think the smart approach is to run out the clock, lick your wounds at the half, and see if you can come up with a strategy to play better in the 2nd. But there's also something to challenge in your offense right here. You know, hey, guys, you help dig this hole.
And that's caught inside the 30. And he'll take this into the end zone for a Bengal TD. A.J. Green, his 4th touchdown on the year. And the Bengals are able to draw a bit closer. Recap on that drive, just 1 play, 75 yards to the house.
Yeah, it's a long way to go. And remember, rarely is it a straight line 75 yards, too. Got to have a little extra in there. So whatever the final number is, a well-deserved seat on the bench, a little ox.
And he's into the clear. He's at the 40, the 20, 10. And he's in for 6 and a Steeler touchdown. Deontay Johnson, 98 yards. And the Steelers find a way to stretch their lead. It's been a back-and-forth game, a lot of points on the board, and that return right there kind of indicative of how this thing's gone.
Yeah, you've seen both teams go at it, and as you just pointed out, both of them have found the end zone. But just like in boxing, you know the blow that hurts the most? The one you didn't see coming, and that often is the case when it comes in special teams.
The Bengals offense now, they head back onto the field. Well, look at the clock here. You're inside of a minute. First half hasn't gone that well for you. How are you going to put under heavy pressure, and down goes Dalton on the sack.
Brandon, if I'm an offensive coordinator and I see an all-out rush like that, I file it away because I'm going to use their aggressiveness against them as this game goes on. I'm going to hit them with a screen soon.
Sacks, a growing theme in this first half. This is 2nd and long. The final act of the first half, Dalton, and he's going to go down. Couldn't get a throw off with the pressure. Maybe that was for the best, as that brings us to the end of his first half of play. All right, Coach, thank you, and we welcome everyone back for quarter number 3. Both teams appear ready for the fight ahead, and we resume action here in quarter number 3. And they will not get a chance to return this one as it's through the end zone for a touchback. So here's Dalton and the Bengals now, 1st and 10 at their own 25-yard line. Dalton here from the gun. Throw left side complete. That's Boyd. And he goes out of bounds just shy of the 45. The drive starting play, a good one. Give him 19.
That was a nicely run slant route, and what the receiver's trying to do is make the defender think he's going upfield for a deeper route, and then breaks it off, usually after about 3 to 4 steps, and cuts towards the middle of the field. And now what he's trying to do is use his body to keep the defender away from the football and give the quarterback a really nice target.
Back-to-back good plays have him on the move on first down. Dalton under a heavy rush, and down he goes. T.J. Watt able to drop him that time for his 2nd sack of the evening.
My man, it's been a rough night for that offensive line, and it's only getting rougher. 5 sacks now that they've given up in this contest so far. It feels like the witching hour out here, doesn't it?
Okay, stupid question. What's the witching hour?
Yeah, the witching hour. That's when everything goes haywire late at night.
Now they're able to swarm him behind the line, and his rough night continues. And the Bengals on 3rd down. Not good. 0 for 4 thus far. This will be 3rd and 15. Now he's hit, and Dalton lost the football. And it's picked up by the Steelers. And they'll take over inside the 45 at the 44-yard line.
Well, that's a down and distance coaches always talk about trying to avoid, isn't it? I mean, that's 3rd and long, and you just know they're pinning their ears back and coming after him, sometimes even with extra pressure.
And he knew that. I mean, he knew they were coming. He just fumbled it.
Yeah, he knew it. The offensive line knew it. Everyone did, yet the pressure was still there, and he ended up coughing it up.
And now a throw on first down there, but it's incomplete.
Even though that's an incompleted pass, shouldn't we give a whole lot of credit to the offensive line?
Yet again, time in the pocket to throw. Time and time again we have seen that. And you're right, the O-line winning the battle in the trenches. They try to throw on 2nd down, but this one is incomplete.
And now offensively it's 3rd and 10, and I'm just thinking to myself, actors always say, what's my motivation before a big scene? Right now the play caller's thinking, what have I done before that's worked well that I can go to right now?
Yeah, because they were pretty successful in the first half scoring points. Haven't done anything so far here in the second half. He's going to launch it for Washington, and that is incomplete.
And you just know when that play call came in, their eyes lit up, because anytime you get a chance to take a big shot downfield, that's a lot of fun, and they missed an opportunity.
And that will line up just short. He had it on line. It ran out of gas at the end, and this score will stay right where it is. That would have been from way downtown. Pretty big roll of the dice, and he comes up a bit short.
Yeah, you knew when you saw the holder setting up on the other side of the 50 that this was going to be a long shot. But to me, there's really no loss here because you've shown confidence in him. Kicking it from a long distance, that'll pay dividends. And the miss, you can shake that one off. He wasn't likely to make it in the first place.
Now left side on the swing pass. Mixon hit, and the ball is out. And it looks like Steeler football. It is.
Whenever I see a team turn it over on back-to-back drives, fumbles on their last two, I know one person's blood pressure who is starting to rise, and that's the head coach.
Absolutely. And when's it going to go down? When they stop fumbling?
When they stop fumbling and after he's assessed the game film, and only if they manage to win the game.
Following the fumble recovery, it's Roethlisberger. Going deep to the end zone for Juju. And it'll be intercepted. Picked off by the free safety, Eric Berry. They needed a break. They needed to make a play here in the third quarter defensively. They did that. Now they got to go quickly and get some points on the board.
And the best part is that they made their own break. Taking the ball away. Now they just look at the...
And the Steeler pressure too much here. He's going to go down. Bud Dupree, his second sack of the night. Offensively, they're going to have to figure this out before next week. 7 sacks in one game.
Yeah, and that's more than any quarterback should have to bear. And if this continues on, there will be another quarterback in the game because no one can stand up to this week after week.
And now the throw hauled in by Green. And he's able to get this one all the way past the 30. That one a gain of 20 and a first down.
And a Bengal first down.
So they'll come up first and 10 now from the 33.
5-6. 6 guys. Check 6 guys. Here you go. 93, 52, 93, 44.
Passing. It's Dalton. He's going to loft one deep left side here. That's caught at the 25. And he will take it on in for a Bengals touchdown. A.J. Green with his second touchdown of the game and 5th on the year. And the Bengals are able to cut into this lead. Bullock good on the extra point, and that will get him one closer. Now Bullock will send this one away after the touchdown. This is taken at the 3. And he'll bring it a few past the 20 to the 23-yard line.
The Steelers take over first and 10.
Here we go.
Big Ben and the Steelers with a first and 10 at their own 23. They start with a give to Connor. 2 yards on the pickup there. It'll be 2nd and 8. In the first half, he was held in check on the ground, but despite that lack of production, they still have the lead.
Yeah, and they've got to feel fortunate about that. If they could actually get production from their lead horse, that would help open up this offense and widen this margin, too.
He's going to launch it for Washington. He's got a man complete. And they'll get this well past midfield before being stopped just before the 35. A big pickup of 38. So how about that for a chain mover? They're all the way down inside the 40 now for first and 10. He'll let this go for the end zone. And this is going to be intercepted by Jesse Bates. And a big turnover there as his guys will get the football back.
So that's back-to-back drives where they've thrown an interception. Ordinarily, we look at the offense and say, what's going on with your scheme? Maybe we should look at the defense and just give them a whole lot of credit. They've got them frustrated right now.
That's going to go as a loss of a yard, and it'll be 2nd down.
But these guys are going to chop into that deficit. They got to do a much better job in the run game. Caught behind the line of scrimmage, no yardage to be found.
And he'll be taken down at the 20 after a gain of just 1.
And we see another pitch and catch there to the running back. This position just continues to evolve. They become just as critical to the passing attack as a lot of receivers, tight ends, because their ability to make people miss in the open field.
And he will be hit from behind and run over. Wow.
I think we've seen this before. Someone's down 3 scores. That situation there, it's just going to add to their growing frustrations, don't you think?
Yeah, a bad number 3 right now. 3-score game, third quarter, 3 and out, not what they wanted. And you can tell on the sideline, those faces are getting a little bit longer as this one goes.
Mike's 50. Mike's 50.
A 4th down gamble with Dalton. Ryan Shazier got in that time, the first-round pick of 2014.
I don't know why you would do that. It's almost guaranteed points the other way. I mean, I get it if it's a late-game situation, maybe even 4th and inches. But, boy, that's a huge risk to take.
Yeah, now they're set up, and he's into the end zone. Touchdown, Steelers. Ben Roethlisberger taking it in. And the Steelers are going to add on to their lead. And he certainly played a pivotal role with those 2 TDs and why they're up on the scoreboard right now.
Well, someone's all about winning, aren't they? Because he's not worried about the number. Sure, it's great to have 2 touchdowns. But the bottom line is what he's doing is contributing to their lead. He wants to continue to do so.
Now Roethlisberger. And he will step out of bounds. Oh, what a mistake there. And the 2-point try will be unsuccessful. The kickoff unit is out on the field, and they will send this one away. And this will not be returnable. It's out of the back of the end zone for a touchback. So here's Dalton and the Bengals now, 1st and 10 at their 25-yard line.
It's going to be a long day. 2-by-2. Move.
Off the play fake to Mixon. This is Dalton. Green's got it over the middle. And they work this well upfield across the 45. A well-executed 22-yard gain.
First down, Cincinnati.
And they're not going to get to the line to run another play. So we will switch ends as the third quarter has come to a close. You're watching the NFL on EA Sports. 1st and 10 for Dalton. And this is going to be incomplete. The tight end, C.J. Uzomah, the intended receiver. And that'll bring up 2nd down. Well, the trials and tribulations of being a quarterback in this league, it's tough. It's got to be wearing on him out there.
Well, he has been sacked a number of times. He had an interception, so I'm going to give him a skosh of credit for hanging in there and trying to make something happen, despite the amount of pressure he's been under this entire game.
The Bengals on 3rd down. They're struggling. 0 for 6 thus far. This time it's 3rd and 3. Throwing. Dalton. He's got his man here. It's Green. And he gets this inside the 35-yard line. Dalton to Green for a Cincinnati first. Andy Dalton now a perfect 8 for 8 to start the second half. Not bad. 1st and 10. That is caught inside the 5. And they are able to stop him, but he does take it all the way to the 2. That goes for a gain of 31.
I'm coming after you. I'm coming after you.
Here's a run with Mixon. And he takes it into the end zone. Touchdown, Bengals. Joe Mixon with his 2nd TD of the game, his 6th on the year. And the Bengals are able to draw a bit closer. Extra point up and good by Bullock. And that will shave one more off this lead. Now Bullock will send this one away after the touchdown. And that'll carry over the back line of the end zone for a touchback. Big Ben and the Steelers with a 1st and 10 at their own 25-yard line. It's Connor as they stay on the ground. And he's upended after a gain of 2 out to the 27.
Bottom line, they want to keep this clock rolling, so they'll take that one right there. They just want to keep falling forward, and they want to put the onus on the big fellas up front in order to bring this one home.
From the 27, Roethlisberger. He's going to fire one deep. middle of the field. And for the fourth time tonight, it's an interception. William Jackson with a pick. So they get the takeaway, but that's just step one. They still have a lot of work to do.
But they don't want to focus on that now. Now it's about getting the ball in the end zone and hoping they can take it away again.
Yeah, still a three-score game, though, fourth quarter. Flushed out right. And he slides to avoid the hit. He'll wind up getting right about 4 there on the scramble, and it's second down.
Nice job there defensively. A great time to dial up a blitz.
And give him credit under center instead of throwing it away. Actually, a pretty good job of getting past the line of scrimmage, not losing yardage. Looking to throw again on second down. Dalton toward the left sideline, but it's incomplete. He was looking for his favorite target, A.J. Green, that time. And it'll bring up third down. Another incompletion. You know, it's a wonder he's still moving around back there the number of times he's been sacked.
Yeah, he's staying out there, isn't he? And you don't think about it much in a game like this, but he's showing incredible leadership. Still competing, still fighting, not taking himself out of a ball game that appears lost.
And now the third down throw incomplete as well. A critical one here if they're going to have any shot at this thing. So they'll go for it on fourth down. Bengals going for it. Here's Dalton. Looking for Green, and it's intercepted. Picked off by Casey Hayward. And they will be set up now as he brings this thing all the way back inside the 20.
I'm not sure, Brandon, we've seen a sloppier played game this year for a team on offense. Turn it over 4 times and expect to win? No chance whatsoever. And look, I have no idea what the ratio is about turnover 4 times and how that correlates to winning or losing, but I'll guarantee you, it's not very good.
9 yards is the pickup there, and they'll have a 2nd and 1. And when do they start thinking about burning these timeouts? They've got all 3 still defensively.
To me, you have to start right now. Here's the time, and that means you've got to stop them on defense, not give up the yardage, use your timeouts in order to get the ball back and try and score yourself. But now is the time to start using those timeouts.
And keep in mind, it'll also stop the clock with the 2-minute warning. And here he'll get it down to the 7. 4 yards the pickup, first down.
I have to chuckle to myself a little bit, Brandon, because right now I could be in that huddle with that offensive line. I know exactly what they're saying. If you call a pass play here, we're going to call a timeout. Run the football. We've got control of this thing. Get in behind us and let's go.
Their time to shine.
Here we go.
Now Roethlisberger toward the end zone, but that's going to wind up incomplete. They're still throwing the football here, and obviously the incompletion stops the clock. That's a bad thing.
Feels to me like they're just keeping them honest on defense because you know they're going to stack the line of scrimmage and try and stop any type of a running play. Short little passes may work in exchange of running plays. Keep the clock moving, keep them moving.
I guess you're right. If they can get some first downs, just as good as running the football. A touchdown-saving tackle there. Now it's 3rd and goal.
A 6-yard gain.
Just 2 minutes remaining here in the fourth quarter of what has been a one-sided affair. So the Steelers with the football as we get you reset. They've got it 3rd and goal here as they try to finish off. And he's in. Touchdown, Pittsburgh. Ben Roethlisberger scoring on the sneak from a yard out. And the Steelers capitalize on the short field as they take it in for 6. The extra point up and good. And that stretches the lead all the way up to 27. Set now to kick this one away, and off it goes. Fielded about a yard deep. Accelerating, and off he goes. He's at the 30. 10, 5, and he brings this one all the way back. So definitely good for the individual stats. Maybe not for our storyline, but he's in for the late score.
That was a special return.
Oh, and it's a fake. They'll try and throw for it. To the goal line, but it's incomplete. So now the other return teams out there as they'll try to duplicate what they just saw. And this will be a touchback as that sails over the end line.
All right, now. Block 80! 57. It's a party now.
Play fake to Connor. Now Roethlisberger. Buying time to his left. And he's taken down. Trying to do a little too much. Getting outside of the pocket. And it results in a sack.
Here we go, here we go.
Well, they go play fake. The problem is nobody was faked out.
And when no one's faked out, what's the end result?
Sack.
Quarterback gets hit.
On second down, Connor looking for space. They'll wind up getting 10 back as that sets him up for third down. Well executed there on second down, so do you go back to the air on third?
Well, that's a possibility, but now you've opened up things to where you showed that you would run the ball in long-distance situation. You might come back again because I doubt they believe you'll do it a second time.
Escaping the pressure right. And incomplete. He had nowhere to throw, so he just tossed it away. But that brings up fourth.
It's fourth down.
And with things looking pretty good on the scoreboard, they're going to keep the offense out there and go for it here on fourth. Roethlisberger will throw. And now here is another interception. Picked off by Darquez Denard. And the return stops at the 39-yard line. Just a little bit of a rough stretch. 6 interceptions now in these last 2 weeks combined.
I know the easy thing is to go back to mechanics, footwork, things of that nature. I'm also wondering, is he getting fooled by what he's seeing on defense? Has the scouting report changed? Are they showing him things different than what he expected? For the second week in a row, he's throwing it.
And the Steeler pressure too much here. He's going down. Bud Dupree in there to get him yet again. That is his third sack tonight. They can't figure him out. Pass protection has been a problem all night long as they come up facing second and a bundle. Here's Dalton. Well, the pressure too great, and he goes down once more. And one of the whistles for a timeout. So they'll stop the clock here in a game that's been decided in the closing seconds. Here's Dalton. Under pressure again, and down he goes again. And one of the whistles for a timeout. So they'll stop the clock here in a game that's been decided in the closing seconds. All right, they're going to try and keep hope alive here on fourth down. They're going for it.
52, 93, 44, 44. Here you go.
They'll try to pass on fourth down. Dalton, now a desperation throw deep downfield. And this is going to be caught. So it affects the final score, not the outcome, but it is a late touchdown here on the game's final play. Doesn't affect the outcome, but, hey, nice job there to put it in the end zone for the final play.
Could it affect other things? Sometimes these types of scores are ones that we don't consider big at the time. Then later on we find out maybe that was a tiebreaker.
Yeah.
Or, of course, in the fantasy football world, these points mean a lot.
A lot there. A big...